Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to guide you through today's topic because honestly, it completely shifts how we need to think about artificial intelligence. We often picture AI as this single, isolated brain sitting on a server somewhere, right? Just answering our questions one by one. But the reality of where this tech is heading is way more dynamic than that. We are witnessing the rapid evolution of AI from single, automated entities into highly communicative, coordinated swarms. It's a massive leap in capability, and by the time we finish up here, you're going to see exactly how this is happening and why it matters to you.
Okay, let's just dive right into this. I love this quote because it perfectly frames our approach today. Look, the data's already all around us. It's in the daily news, it's in corporate reports, it's in everyday tech communications. If you just focus enough to pay attention, you really don't need any wild conspiracy theories to see what's happening. By carefully connecting the dots across multiple sources, across different ideologies, languages, and cultures, a very clear, completely non-conspiratorial map of technological trends emerges. We just need to know how to read that map together. So let's do it. Here is a quick roadmap for our explainer today. First, we'll be connecting the tech dots. Second, wolves hunting in packs. Third, the rise of agentic AI. Fourth, a minority report scenario. And finally, partner or intruder. Let's start with Section 1, connecting the tech dots, specifically looking at how the military leads civil tech. To really get this, we need a little historical context. AI is currently following a dual path, civil and military. Now, historically, the defense industry has consistently spearheaded major technological breakthroughs that end up completely redefining civilian life. Think back to the 1960s. The military created the foundations of the internet purely as a secure communications network designed to survive a massive disaster. Or look at 1969. We went to the moon, sure, but we got there riding on rockets that were originally derived from military manufacturing. Today, that exact same defense sector is pushing the absolute boundaries of cybersecurity to protect strategic targets. So it's crucial to understand that AI is following this exact same historical trajectory. Moving on to Section 2, wolves hunting in packs, the swarm strategy. Bringing this right into the present day, we can actually observe this military evolution in real time in conflicts like the Russia-Ukraine war. AI-driven drones aren't just remotely piloted vehicles anymore. They've taken a massive step further. Now, what's really interesting about this is that we're transitioning away from the old model of automated kamikazes, those single, isolated, blind machines that just simply follow a pre-programmed path. Instead, we are entering the era of coordinated swarms. We're talking about inexpensive, highly disposable units that actually talk to one another out in the field. They form these highly autonomous entities that can evaluate their environment and make real-time decisions together to strategize and execute attacks. It's a total game changer. And honestly, technology is just reproducing some basic yet incredibly effective phenomena straight out of nature. We're looking at an evolution of AI where different elements communicate to decide on a common strategy. It's literally exactly like a pack of wolves coordinating to surround their prey, a pod of orcas hunting together in the ocean, or a swarm of bees working seamlessly to build and defend a hive. It's the sheer power of the collective just applied to machines. Which brings us to Section 3, the rise of agentic AI, and how this moves into our personal lives. So let's see how this builds, because this swarm mentality, this autonomous coordination, is rapidly moving straight from the battlefield into our homes. To grasp this, we have to define a critical buzzword, agentic AI. This happens when we grant machines high levels of autonomy. We aren't just asking them to answer a trivia question or write a quick email anymore. We are actually giving them permission to manage complex tasks, make decisions, and act entirely on our behalf. If we give these programs the maximum degree of freedom, they become autonomous agents, capable of organizing essentially our entire lives. Let's look at a supposedly innocent example, right? Like planning a simple vacation. With agentic AI, the machine doesn't just suggest a nice hotel. It figures out where you should go based on your past behavior. It goes ahead and books the tickets, it sets your morning alarms, it negotiates discounts with travel agencies, it reserves your table at the restaurant, and it practically dictates what you should eat because it already knows your dietary preferences. It's almost funny. It's kind of like having an oppressive parent who insists they know what you want better than you even know yourself. Section 4. A minority report scenario, scaling up the swarm. But let's pivot for a second here. So the crucial point is, what happens when we take that highly autonomous capability, that AI that knows what you want before you do, and scale the swarm up to the macro level?
Imagine uncountable, coordinated swarms of AI operating across global finance and stock markets. Imagine them predicting healthcare outcomes and longevity trends, or managing the exploration of rare minerals and oil. Think of them running the entire automotive industry, optimizing alternative energies, or even analyzing global sports. At this massive, massive scale, these coordinated swarms are predicting human interests and market movements way faster than any human brain could ever comprehend.
And this brilliantly illustrates our ultimate comparison. It is essentially a Minority Report scenario applied directly to human evolution. Just like in that movie where the future was predicted before it even happened, these massive impersonal AI swarms are going to anticipate human actions, needs, and market shifts on just a staggering scale. They will literally know what humanity is going to do before humanity actually does it.
Finally, Section 5, Partner or Intruder, the Regulatory Challenge. Which brings us to our final philosophical challenge. How on earth do we deal with this technological elephant in the room? Well, it really comes down to two potential outcomes. On one side, we can establish prudent regulations and frameworks to ensure AI remains a partner that respects individual freedoms, collective rights, and democratic choices, something that ultimately enhances human capability. But on the other side, without those frameworks, AI seriously risks becoming an intruder, a system so incredibly autonomous and predictive that it effectively nullifies our free will and personal liberties. It ends up managing us, rather than us managing it. So, I want to leave you with this one final, pretty provocative thought. Are we actually ready to regulate this technology so that humanity remains the main character in our own story? Or are we just going to fool ourselves, pretending we're still in control while becoming progressively disposable against the actual owners of these AI services and their incredible toys? The evolution of the swarm isn't science fiction anymore. It's already here. How we choose to live with it is entirely up to us. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep asking those big questions and never stop learning.